Tēnā koutou katoa. This is Moritz Lehmann of Starboard Maritime Intelligence. Today is the 3rd of May 2022, around 10 p.m. UTC. I will give you a brief update on Operation 18C, where we're monitoring the fishery for southern bluefin tuna in the Tasman Sea. And I'll start again by showing you a large area overview of this part of the world here, showing all fishing activity that is transmitting its position on AIS. And we're zooming into our area of interest, first by just showing the vessels in our area of interest, and then changing the zoom. And the analysis panel on the left shows us again that the number of vessels in this area and their flag states. Now this shows that the fishing activity has not changed much since yesterday. No new ships have entered or left the area. There's still 9 Japanese longliners in the southwest of the area here, but one of them appears to be leaving the group and heading due north. Vessels from the other flag states are still fishing near the center of the area of interest, and the Vanuatu longliner we noticed steaming southwest yesterday here appears to now have arrived at an area where it wants to fish and is doing a fishing pattern. You can zoom into this to see what it looks like and use the ruler tool to determine some details of the location here. So for example, this fishing vessel fishes about 470 kilometers from the west coast of New Zealand, which is about 260 nautical miles. I would also like to introduce another feature of Starboard that we'll be using in future screencasts. So far, we've looked at the analysis type of all activity, but we can change this to fishing activity, and this will show us whether the vessels in the area are registered with the Western and Central Pacific Fisheries Commission. Now, the Western Pacific Fisheries Commission is the regional fisheries management organization that looks after the western and the central part of the Pacific Ocean. That's a vast area covering about 20% of the Earth's surface, and the Tasman Sea is part of this area. And you can see that 19 vessels in our area here today are registered with the WCPFC, and 1 vessel is not registered. Clicking on any of those vessels will allow us to see the registration status of that particular vessel. Clicking on the WCPFC link in this window opens the information associated with that vessel, for example some physical vessel details here, but also the type of authorization for which it is registered, and whether it is authorized to transship at sea, for example. So we'll close this again. So we'll be using that feature in the future, and that's it for today's update. Another will come tomorrow around this time, and our next scheduled satellite data acquisition will be by RadarSat-2 on the 5th of May around 6 p.m. UTC, and I'll provide more details on that upcoming event in my next update. Tēnā koutou for listening. Please get in touch with us if you have any questions or comments, and follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter for updates.